Hello there and welcome to the Arab Summit News, coming to you live on All 24 News here in Algiers at the International Conference Center, Abdelatif Rahat. First in our news, Algeria's permanent representative to the Arab League, Abdelhamid Shbira, held a press conference to conclude the proceedings of the preparatory meeting of the Economic and Social Council. Shbira stated that the results of the delegates' meeting will be submitted to the Council of Foreign Ministers, adding that the Arab League reform file submitted by Algeria was discussed, and its aim is to advance the League to better continue its missions.
انتهينا من دراسة هذه المواضيع.
We finished examining these topics at the level of delegates, and the outcomes of the proceedings of the Council will be submitted to the Council of Foreign Affairs Ministers that will be held next Saturday and Sunday. We also tackle the reform of the League of Arab States, and I would like to emphasize that this file is proposed by Algeria. We included it on the agenda of the summit and the preparatory meetings in order to undertake the necessary reforms which will allow the Arab League to accomplish its duties in a better way.
مهامها بشكل أفضل وأحسن.
For his part, the permanent representative of Algeria to the United Nations, Mr. Nadir Al-Arbawi, spoke at the opening of the meeting of senior officials of the Economic and Social Council of the League of Arab States at the International Conference Center here, Abdelatif Rahat in Algiers, in preparation for the 31st session of the Arab Summit. Mr. Al-Arbawi said that the challenges and unrestrained developments at the international level called for more efforts to strengthen inter-Arab cooperation.
إن مشاريع القرارات الاقتصادية والاجتماعية.
The proposed draft of economic and social resolutions includes many important areas because of their close link with the national policies of member states in particular, in order to embody the Arab economic integration project and to implement the various sustainable development programs and strategies.
سوف يتم خلال الاجتماع.
The meeting will review the comprehensive economic and social profile presented to the Arab Summit, notably the draft resolutions on the economic and social nature of Arab joint action in the framework of the implementation of the 2030 Sustainable Development Plan, in the light of a multidimensional global economic, social and health crisis in the world and the resulting economic and social challenges reflected by the economic growth of Arab countries, especially in the field of food security.
Also in our news, the Council of Arab States at the level of permanent delegates and senior officials continues for the second day consecutively in closed sessions to prepare the preparatory meeting of foreign ministers for the Arab Summit. During the first working session, the draft agenda of the Council of Arab States will be adopted at the summit level, along with the discussion of draft resolutions for the items on the draft agenda of the summit, and the meeting of senior officials of the Council will continue tomorrow. For his part, Arab League Assistant Secretary General for Economic and Social Affairs, or her part, Haifa Abu Ghazala, made a statement at the opening of the proceedings of the Preparatory Economic and Social Council for the 31st session of the Arab Summit, where she stressed on the importance of joint work of Arab countries, calling the Arab Summit held in Algiers a summit for optimism.
Arab countries should now work together and find ways to do that. This Arab Summit is an Arab bloc. It's very important that we shouldn't see it, as our colleague said, a reunification only. We should say the summit of Arab optimism.
Also, the permanent representative of Tunisia to the League of Arab States, Mr. Mohammed Ben Youssef, affirmed that with Algeria's presidency of the League of Arab States, it must move forward to unify the Arab ranks in order to promote solidarity and stability.
His Excellency President Abdelmajid Tebboune will take over the torch from His Excellency President Qais Said to go forward in the same direction. The reunification of the Arab ranks is to strengthen stability and solidarity among our nations in the service of our peoples and our region.
And for his part, the director of the Department of Palestine Affairs of the General Secretariat of the League of Arab States, Dr. Haidar Al-Jabouri, said in a statement to Algeria international channel All 24 News that he had great confidence in Algeria's leadership of joint Arab action after assuming the presidency of the summit.
We trust that Algeria's government, leadership and president can adopt the slogan put forward by the Algerian Democratic People's Republic of Algeria, which is the Reunion Summit. We trust the ability and wisdom of the Algerian leadership to lead the joint Arab action and the leadership of the Arab Summit, which is officially led by sisterly Algeria's in early November, and over the following months in bringing the views closer to the slogan of the summit and overcoming Arab disagreements.
Director of Arab Affairs of Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Lebanon, Ali Al-Moula, stressed that the discussion on the agenda at the level of the Council of Delegates is continuing in order to identify important issues that will be submitted to the Arab Ministerial Council on October 30th following the achievement of consensus.
At the delegates level, we are still discussing the agenda, which includes many topics to be submitted to the Arab Ministerial Council on Saturday. Because the agenda is long, there are some issues that are still the subject of discussion, which is normal, because we have different perspectives in how to approach some files, and the debate will come to the context that is unanimous.
The Arab Summit in Algiers plans to promote joint Arab action in the face of current historical global context. Algeria has made unprecedented qualitative preparations for the Arab Summit to be held on the 1st and 2nd of November at all political, formal and structural levels. Mariam Zian has more details in the following.
Amid a difficult regional and global context, Algeria is all set to make the 31st session of the Arab Summit a success, and that is through its efforts to create the most optimal conditions for the attainment of the summit. Algiers has mobilized infrastructures and all necessary resources to ensure smooth progress of the big rendezvous. The summit will be the first zero-paper summit, a fully digital one, without the use of any document or paper. And after 3 years of absence, the summit is slated for the 1st and 2nd of October in Algiers, with a record participation and pivotal issues on its table. This high-level meeting is an opportunity to tackle all discussions of interest to Arab leaders and peoples for Arab reunification. The remarkable Algerian diplomatic activity works to unify the ranks regarding the challenges facing the region, such as Libya, Yemen, Iraq, and Palestine. The Algiers declaration to bring together the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and the head of Hamas, Ismail Haniyeh, which was signed on October 11th, is a milestone in the triumph of the Palestinian cause, a fruit of the endless efforts of the Algerian diplomacy. Similarly, Algeria reiterated its constant position in support of Libya, called for dialogue between the Yemeni parties, and is working to restore Syria's security and stability, and will address all issues, including bilateral ones or internal crises of some Arab states. Economy, investment, and trade are also on the agenda of the summit in order to establish a free trade Arab region. Algeria has always stood for just causes and seeks for peaceful political solutions, and is ready to achieve unprecedented goals.
And with this, our special Arab Summit news comes to an end. Thank you for following. For more news, do stay tuned to the Midnight News edition right after this later on our channel, All 24 News, or by visiting our social media platforms as well as our official website. That's it for me. Bye for now.